Hello friends and welcome to another video. I sold a track the other day as I'm recording this video anyways. I just sold a track which is quite old and I want to share this with you. Let's just jump in the computer very quickly. So this is an old track of mine, okay? And the only reason why I'm sharing this is because Audio Jungle gives me very unique data when it comes down to every single track, not only in invoices, but as well when this track was uploaded. Now this track was uploaded in 2015. It's a long time ago. This was one of my first tracks. You can see that it doesn't have many cells. That's only 9 cells. But I want to play the track, okay, so you can listen to it, all right? Because this is the type of music that I was making back then. I was trying to learn corporate music, and I was doing a terrible job at it. These tracks, I feel like deleting them from my profile, and I wouldn't share this with anybody. But I don't. I actually use this as an example of what I was doing back then when it came down to corporate music and how this track still sells. Now, I have brought the price really low because I don't want them to just sit there and collect dust, right? Some people want, very affordable music. And, I have some tracks that have been there since 2015 that haven't done much with it. It's quite terrible. I should actually delete it, not show it to anybody, but they're there, okay? But I want to play the track so you can judge it for yourself.
Audio Jungle.
This track will never pass the review today. Back then, the review process on Audio Jungle was really tough, but this will not pass today on any library. Now, you might think that I'm being very self-critical of my own music, but I do have a sense of humor. But I still remember when I was composing this track. I remember where I was going through in my life at the time and try to figure out this corporate music thing at the time. Obviously, I have evolved. Thank God I have some music today that I have just released that, it sounds better in comparison to this. I've done some improvement. Come on, man. It's almost 10 years ago. But I still remember, it's nice to have this type of music out there for such a long time. Yes, sell here and there. It's better than having it on my hard drive or, not do anything with it. But I use this as well as a way of documenting my journey as a composer because I can see in a library like Audio Jungle when this was uploaded, how long ago. And, other libraries don't provide me this type of info. I could go to the first track that I uploaded on Motion Array or Pond 5 or whatever, but it doesn't have the date, right? I cannot see the date. It just says like, okay, that's the first track that you uploaded whenever. Okay, but here in Audio Jungle, you can see very clearly the date. 13th of May 2015. And I was desperate to just make corporate music. I wanted to learn. I didn't know what corporate music was. I had no idea how to do this quite clearly. It's not a terrible track, but to me, to my standards, if I was receiving this track like this from a student or from a client, I will certainly say, you need to really work on your compositions. It's not about the mix. It's not about the arrangement. It's about how can you really tell a story. It sounds corporate, but there's certain things that they're not right. It's not just one thing. It's just you need to write more music. That's how you fix that. Right? Like forget that. Do more music. Like show me something else. Right? Come back tomorrow whenever you have done something in that genre. Like if you're working on improving your corporate music tracks, then compose another corporate track and send it to me. That's what I will say to myself back then. If I was coaching myself today and I send that to myself, I'll say, I'm looking forward to another 10 tracks in that style. And get back to me with that, you know, and let's see how you can improve on it. That's exactly what I will say to myself. Because that's exactly what I did, really, back then. But this track just got sold today. Today or yesterday, actually. And, you know, I mean, what can I say? I mean, it's great content for the channel to show you my worst work. Yes, very cheap price, but there's somebody out there in the world that paid something for that. Right? Well, I was trying to learn about corporate music, and that's the whole thing here at the channel, that I want to show you how you can improve and grow as a composer by selling your music on stock libraries. Okay, because if I would have not submitted that track to this library back then, I wouldn't be here today. Because since then I have uploaded a lot of tracks, and back then I was just submitting, you know, and trying things out, you know, learning about corporate music. If you're new to this, you want to learn about how to earn money with your music, download my free guide, link in the description. It's funny to listen to your own tracks 10 years later, especially the tracks that you have published and they're out there. Not tracks that you have done and they're in your hard drive. Tracks that you have actually published and they're out there for everybody to see and to judge. And hey, some people pay money for that. That's a great thing. That's a really good thing, because it just shows you that even your worst work is valuable to somebody else at a price. Okay? Anyways, this is a quick video that I wanted to do. And, you know, how do you feel when you hear your own music? I mean, if you've been doing this long enough, you know, 10 years is 10 years. I mean, we're going for 10 years. It's 9 years ago this. It has 9 cells. But that's just one track of many, okay? And but it's great to go back and see that. It's like, oh, I wonder what track is that, right? When I get the invoice, commercial background, what track is that? And I click on it, I'm like, holy shit, that's from 2015. Look at that terrible music that I composed back then. And I guess at the time I felt proud, right? Like I went through the whole process of composition, you know, the description, the metadata, uploaded, and then fingers crossed that it gets past the review. Anyways, thank you so much for all the love and support, my friend. I'll see you in another video.